DC here. Hi guys and gals. Hope you're all well. It is Wednesday and I've just finished walking. I could have gone actually walking in the field, but there was supposed to be rain coming soon and it didn't come. So I guess it's going to be just later on in the day. But anyway, I walked around the pond, which I like a lot actually, to see the birds and just the greenery. Yeah. So I don't know how it's been with you people, but the Olympics are over. Have I been watching it? Barely. Really not much. I mean, really not much. But at our house, Mrs. DC, I'm not saying she watched every minute of it because that's impossible, but a lot. Definitely a lot. And now she's kind of like saying, "Oh, I'm feeling down. There's no Olympics to watch." And I thought, like, oh, I don't miss them. Maybe I shouldn't talk that way, but I mean, she really enjoyed it. And yeah, there were sports that she liked more than others, but she was watching a lot of things. I think gymnastics is one of the things she liked a lot, but there was so many sports. I was always surprised, and I see like the difference between her and me in that respect. Like when there was the Euro about a month ago, so the football, soccer for most of you people that are watching, so European Championship basically. She watched every match, and I didn't really care actually. I was just kind of like doing things on my tablet, probably Spanish or YouTube or a bit of both, and reading and so on. But I was sitting there, but I wasn't watching the match, and I had my headphones on. So even with the the silence component, modern headphones, can pretty well block most sounds. I say most sounds, but she would scream and be happy and so on. So yeah, I mean, I could get that in anyway. So when I'd hear that, I say, "Oh, what's going on?" One of those things. Yeah, I think that often in couples, well, actually, from what I've seen with friends of mine, it's usually the other way around. Very often, it's the man that likes the sports a lot or what. But we'll put it this way: in a couple, you very often one of the two is more enthusiastic about sports than the other. I'll just leave it at that, because I'll be told, "Oh, you said man, woman." Yeah, I did. Yeah, but in our house, it's that way. I know that, and like I say, I know a lot of people where it's the other way around. But anyway, that's no big thing, actually. It's not as hot today, which is good. We've been going through a week of hot weather, and when it's over 30, I find it's 30 Celsius. I find it's too hot. I don't mind up to, let's say, 28 or something like that. I can enjoy that nevertheless, although between 20 and 25 is what I really enjoy. I don't mind actually over past 25. Yeah. I was listening to, actually it was quite amusing because I was listening though to a podcast in Spanish. It was two guys that were talking about, about the Olympics, but they were having a go at it, like because I can see that neither of them were great sportsmen, put it that way. And so they were asking, how much did you watch and this and that, and they were discussing about like what are sports or what aren't. Like for example, there was a whole discussion, I just found out about that not too long ago, that there was breakdancing. I didn't watch anything, but so they were discussing, well, where do you define what is a sport and what isn't? And I guess that's kind of an interesting thing as well. I mean, it's like, is it? They were saying, well, is chess a sport? Is it just mental abilities, and so on and so? And I thought at one point, I said, well, does it mind? But I guess it does, because in many countries, in many countries actually, if you go and into the Olympic sports class, and in that class of a sports person, a lot of money is involved. So I guess, what is a sport is pretty important. I was wondering though the other day, because I was hearing that there was, the tennis, and when you hear the names of the guys who are playing tennis, well, they're all professionals. And I looked it up, and of course I've forgotten it now, but it's been quite a few years already, but that professionals can actually play in certain sports. So like tennis and basketball. And I thought, like, well, isn't that all against the idea of the Olympics? I remember when I was a kid, the whole idea was, if you're a professional, you cannot be in the Olympics. The crows. And I thought, like, okay, like guys like these tennis players or the basketball players, they make big money. Do we need to have them in the Olympics? Again, who cares? I mean, I certainly don't. But I guess if you are an amateur and you can't play because of that, well, I probably would bug you, wouldn't it? Anyway, have you watched the Olympics a bit? Like I say, it's not been something that I've watched very much, but it has been, of course, a source of discussion even with people over here. We had friends coming over, and one of our friends, they have not had a television for, oh goodness, probably 25 years. And this friend is a good friend of mine. He's a bit close to his pennies though at times, sometimes. He's a mixture. He's very generous on some things and very close on others. But over here in Europe, most countries in Europe, we pay what you call a television tax, which basically, is kind of a license to use your television. I remember the first time I saw that, I was in England and there was that. And we had a television, and somebody asked, we were talking about that. I didn't even know there was a television tax, which of course we had not paid. And I was like really surprised, because imagine somebody in North America and you say there's a television tax. Everybody's gonna say, what? No, they can't be. Well, there is. Anyway, and so this friend of mine, get back to the story, decided that he would not be having a television anymore because there was a television tax. Okay, so something came up, just a minute. I'll put that out. There we are. So anyway, having said that, whenever there was a big match or something that he really wanted to see, well, just by chance, he'd say he'd be coming over. And I heard from other people, that he would be television tourists. And so they were at our place with other friends the other day for a barbecue. And he really likes actually watching the Olympics. So it was amusing because we were eating outside and the television is inside. So the amount of time that and I told him, I said, I'll leave the television on. And so he would always be running inside to see. And I was a bit amused though. He definitely likes lady gymnastics and ladies beach volleyball. I wonder why. That would be another vlog as well. I mean, I often wonder, like, why, well, of course I guess everybody would know the answer to that one, but why do ladies have to play in bikinis for beach volleyball? I think the official answer is that so that it's easier for them to play. They don't get sand in their suits and stuff like that. I read that. I didn't make it up. And I thought, like, yeah. But there was an article, where did I see that? I can't remember right now. But there was a funny article actually that said that a few years back, I don't know which competition, it was the Norwegian ladies were wearing shorts and they got fined. So the team got fined because they were not wearing the bikinis. And I thought, like, okay. And if you'd have seen, I saw a picture actually, and there's like these sport shorts, like they were, hugging their bodies in a sense. I mean, that the sand wasn't getting in more than it was. But, you know, anyway, whatever. I don't think that it has to do with the sand. Anyway, I see I'm already up to 10 minutes. I ended up talking about bikinis. I wasn't expecting to talk about bikinis. Anyway, okay. That'll be it for today. DC signing off. Have a great Wednesday, and for what's left of the week, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.